Hello and welcome back. Today we have, well, it's not really a video. I wanted to kind of go over and talk about some of the new cabinet position picks that Trump is picking. So today we're going to look into his Truth Social. That's where you know if the a pick has been official. It's
Yeah,
official.
because there's been a lot of talk about
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation of
Marco
different people and all,
Rubio
but
and
if
some
you
others that it
right.
hasn't announced
Right.
yet, so
So
we're not
if he has
sure.
not announced it on his True Social, it's not written in stone. So let's kind of go through some of these. Some of these people, to be honest, I don't know about. Some of them I do. So let's kind of go through some of these and
And
just,
these are all from today, and then I think some from
I think from the
yesterday.
last couple of days, today,
So much
yesterday.
happens every day.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
so.
All right, here we go. You want to read this one?
Sure. So this was posted 53 minutes ago. So this is the most recent current one. I am pleased to announce that former Director of National Intelligence John Radcliffe will serve as director of the Central Intelligence Agency. From exposing fake Russian collusion to be a Clinton campaign operation to catching the FBI's abuse of civil liberties at the FISA court, John Ratcliffe has always been a warrior for truth and honesty with the American public. When 51 intelligence officials were lying about Hunter Biden's laptop, there was one, John Ratcliffe, telling the truth to the American people. I do remember him. I remember him during that
Yeah.
during those hearings.
Okay.
Now that I think, I'm like, oh, okay, I think was right.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
I don't remember. I didn't watch
Okay,
a
I'm gonna
lot of
look it up
that.
really quick.
Yeah,
I'll let you read the next one.
but you know this one is
And I'm pretty sure I'm
this is
right.
pretty important, especially if he is on the right side, because um, I know the CIA and FBI have kind of um, been leaning more towards helping out the Biden campaign against Trump in the past.
Or
So
anyone who's against Trump.
yeah, so I think this is an important pick, and I'm hoping that he aligns with Trump in reality. So let's while you're looking at that one, I'm gonna go down to the next one. See, this is another one that I'm not really familiar with. What'd you find? Nothing. I'm pleased to announce that William Joseph McGinley will serve as my White House counsel. Bill is a smart and tenacious lawyer who will help me advance our America First agenda while fighting for election integrity and against the weaponization of law enforcement. He served in my first term as White House Cabinet Secretary and played a major role in our election victory as the RNC's outside counsel for election integrity. Okay, so he's worked with him before in the first term, so I guess he definitely trust him. So he's a lawyer.
Okay. Well, I mean, aren't they all
Yeah,
lawyers?
yeah, I guess
Almost
they
all of
are.
them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. Wait, let's see. What does it say now? So he'll be cabinet secretary. Okay. Okay.
He was the cabinet secretary the first time.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
now he'll just be the White House counsel.
Okay.
So his private, I guess, private
Yeah.
counselor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Yeah, I don't
see.
know much about him, so here's another one. I'm pleased to announce that I've appointed Stephen C. Witkoff to be the special envoy to the Middle East. Steve is a highly respected leader in business and philanthropy who has made every project and community he has been involved with stronger and more prosperous. Steve will serve as an unrelenting voice for peace and make all of us proud. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him either. I guess he's a real estate guy as well. Yeah. He was served on the executive committee for the Real Estate Board of New York as a trustee. Here's one that you'll like. I'm pleased to announce that highly respected former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee, will be nominated to the United States ambassador to Israel.
Yeah,
so-
I'm not. I mean, Mike Huckabee seems like
Yeah,
he seems like a nice guy. I mean, I know that he was a governor, and like a lot of people really liked him, and
I know we like his daughter,
yeah,
Sarah.
I like Sarah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really know enough about that position. I know that that's like a hot topic right now too, with a lot of Americans who are America first.
Yeah.
So as long as they try and encourage peace over there, I do like that he talks about how much he cares about the Israelis. Because I do think that sometimes people get government and people confused.
Yeah.
Because sometimes looking out for the people isn't necessarily doing what their government wants.
Yeah. Here's another statement from Donald. I'm pleased to announce that the highly
Respected former governor.
yeah, I'm just kind of read that
Okay.
part. So this is like a continuation of Mike has been a great public servant, governor, and leader in faith for many years. He loves Israel and the people of Israel, and likewise, the people of Israel love him. Mike will work tirelessly to bring about peace in the Middle East.
That sounds good.
So that's good.
That sounds good.
It sounds like it may be a good fit there.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Let's see. Here's the next one. I'm honored to announce that Congressman Mike Waltz is hereby appointed to serve in my cabinet as a national security advisor. Mike is the first Green Beret to have been elected to Congress and previously served in the White House and Pentagon. Mike served in the Army Special Forces for 27 years, where he was deployed multiple times in combat, for which he was awarded 4 Bronze Stars, including 2 with Valor. I think, he's from Florida, so that's
Yeah.
that sounds pretty good.
Because he's from Florida. We're a little.
Yeah, we're a little biased from people from Florida.
But honestly, though, I think him being, his experience in the military and serving in combat and being in the special forces too, like that takes a lot of dedication and commitment and hard work. And
yeah, sounds like he's got the the background to do that. Served in the White House and the Pentagon, plus 27 years in the military. So,
on paper, it looks really good.
On paper,
so
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I would think you'd want somebody with that kind of military background to be national security advisor. But you don't want someone that's just wants to start a war every time you turn around. So I believe that someone who's actually served and has actually fought will not be so anxious to start a war, like some of these other people.
Well, and to national security advisor. So I
guess he's national security.
more about I guess working with like Homeland Security, maybe National Guard, that kind of thing. So maybe just helping to keep the Americans safe.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe. He's also an author too. Let's see. There's another one that's really been shaking things up. This one's not it.
I'm not really seeing much about John Ratcliffe other than the fact that he was former congressman from Texas and that he served as director of national intelligence in the Trump's first term.
Yeah.
So they've worked together in the past. Maybe he's one of the few that actually turned out to be.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them turned on him. But yeah, I don't really know. I was thinking that it was something to do with the Hunter Biden laptop hearings.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was something to do with that, but I don't think so. I think I had it wrong. Yep. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really know much about her, Elise Stefanik.
Yeah. You want to read that one?
So it says, I am honored to nominate Chairwoman Elise Stefanik to serve in my cabinet as United States Ambassador to the United Nations. Elise is a strong and very smart America First fighter. She graduated from Harvard University with honors, was the youngest woman ever elected to Congress, and is the highest ranking woman in Congress. As the House Republican Conference Chair. Okay. She was the first member of Congress to endorse me and has always been a staunch advocate. Elise, so what does that mean? She's loyal.
Yeah,
that matters
loyal.
to him.
Yep.
That matters to Trump. Like, if you're loyal.
He's learned after the first go round.
Yeah. Elise is a senior member of the House Armed Services Committee, the House Intelligence Committee, and led the charge against anti-Semitism on college campuses. She will be an incredible ambassador to the UN, delivering peace through strength and America First national security policies. I sure hope so. And that's another thing, too. Like, I know people are being very critical of Trump and some of his choices, but there's so many appointments that he has to make, and I guess part of me just wants to believe what he says, that he has strategy.
Yeah.
And hopefully knows these people well and knows them well enough to know that there are strengths and weaknesses, and it's plugging them into positions where they're able to be the best use for the American people. I hope and pray.
I think the big difference here is, and he has made the comment, he said it himself, that when he won the first time, they really didn't believe that they were going to win. He was shocked to win. And so he wins, goes in on day one, he's having to start nominating people. And a lot of these people, a lot of nominations, he didn't know. So he took advice from people to who to nominate.
I don't think he knew.
He didn't know. He didn't
really
know
anybody.
how DC worked.
Right.
And
that's
that
what he was
and
saying.
that
It
was
was like
downfall.
on the job training, literally started immediately, and that he had to make all these appointments
So
within the first 24 hours.
24 hours.
And it was how many?
There's a bunch.
Like 100 or something crazy? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like up there.
Well, and this time he's had plenty of time to think about it, to plan, to see who has stuck with him through the first term, the last 4 years while he was not president, and who was still by his side. So I think this time, to me it looks like he's making better choices so far. Only time will tell how these turn out, but so far
there's also been some that were not loyal to him in the beginning. There are some that, J.D. Vance even, wasn't wasn't a Trump fan in the beginning, but so much has happened. That's the thing too. It's the times are kind of, I don't know. It's just, there's been a lot that has happened since his first term. There was a lot that happened in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of change of heart. And I think too, like, that Trump's changed. he's still him, but I think that this has humbled him a lot with everything that's been going on the last 4 years with all the charges and the indictments and everything, and even just people that he thought he knew in Washington, people that he thought he knew prior to him running. I think that how they have turned on him. I think he's seeing people's true colors, and that has caused him to have more of an appreciation for others. And I think, honestly, his family being there for him has been huge. It's just, that's a testimony, I think, to just having your kids stand by you, and you know, they have a really strong family unit, and I think that that's powerful, and it proves how important family is. And I think that that's part of the message here too, with this new America, not only, you know, being a patriot, being America first, but also the values of family.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of want to throw that in there. But I do think that it's, you know, I know that there are a lot of people that are making comments about certain ones, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like I know enough to make a comment, really.
No.
It's really more about, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's talk about it. You know, yes, we've seen where people have said things in the past, you know, and now all of a sudden, you know, like people are saying that, you know, like Marco Rubio, which we don't know. He has not made a formal announcement about the Secretary of State position, which I feel is a very, very important position. So
Yeah.
it could be, who knows when he's going to.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see
There's just been a lot
where
of
Tulsa's
speculating.
going to fit in.
I know, Secretary of Defense.
Yeah. One thing I want to, before we move on to the next one, and we read something on this, you know, before we started the podcast here about how, okay, so he's got Waltz, this Mike Waltz from Florida, and this Elise Stefanik. They're both Republicans from the House. He takes those.
Yeah.
He takes those two. That's all he could take from the House without putting the House in jeopardy of losing
The
majority. And I don't know how this works if he takes these two. Do they get to nominate someone to fill their position? Is that position just gone, or will there have to be another election? That I don't know. I wish I'm gonna have to research that, because that kind of worries me. I know, you know, I know as of right now.
I don't think there would be another election. I'm not really sure.
Well, they, you know, maybe they appoint someone. I know that we, you know, as it stands right now, things can change. That we control the House and the Senate. So right now we control all three branches, which means, you know, the probability of him being able to move his agenda forward is more likely, opposed to the first term, where all they were, I guess it was the Senate, all they were worried about was, you know, trying to find some kind of BS to impeach him on. And so a lot of things, you know, he was handcuffed in a sense. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. So here's another one. Okay, I'm going to read this, and while you're looking at that. As the 45th and 47th President of the United States, I'm pleased to announce that the highly respected former Congressman from New York, Lee Zeldin, will be appointed to serve as the Administrator of the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA. Lee, with a very strong legal background, has been a true fighter for America First policies. He will ensure fair and swift deregulatory decisions that will be enacted in a way to unleash the power of American businesses, while at the same time maintaining the highest environmental standards, including the cleanest air and water on the planet. He will set new standards on environmental review and maintenance that will allow the United States to grow in a healthy and well-structured way. I've known Lee Zeldin for a long time and have watched him handle brilliantly some extremely difficult and complex situations. I am very proud to have him in the Trump administration, where he will quickly prove to be a great contributor.
I think it's too much stuff to read. This is making me feel kind of dumb there, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay. It's
We're
all right.
learning together, right?
Mhm. All right, so let's there's one that I hope we didn't miss has been very controversial here in the last few days, but I absolutely love. Um
Oh,
Tom Holman.
Holman.
Yeah. I've been watching some
Holman.
videos of him, which I remember him. Here we go. Yeah, this one. I love this one. I am pleased to announce that the former ICE director and steward on border control, Tom Holman, will be joining the Trump administration in charge of our nation's border, the border czar, including but not limited to the southern border, the northern border, all maritime and aviation security. I've known Tom for a long time, and there's nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom Holman will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic and long awaited for job. Yeah, this one I approve of. I've watched him speak in front of Congress and all about the goings on down at the border. You know what was going on, what he was trying to do when he was begging and pleading for assistance. This guy's a true patriot, and he understands what's happening, what needs to happen. So I
Because
think
he's been down there, I mean, and he knows, he's seen things,
yeah.
and he knows that. I mean, it's a nightmare,
Yeah.
and some of the stuff that these people have seen, and then also just with their hands being tied, not being able to really do anything. So I think that, no, I agree. I think that was a great choice.
You want to watch some good videos? Search his name on on YouTube. Some videos of him, testifying in front of Congress. He does a good job. He lets them. He stands his ground. He doesn't back down from all their BS. He's a man of principle and values, I believe. And he wants to do what's right. So I love this one. I love this pick. And I think that's really all the picks that I have so far. It's been posted.
There's been talk of some others, but like we said, it's not been formally announced. So you hate to jump to conclusions and speculate. Yeah. But there is a lot of talk about Marco Rubio being a possible pick.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about that one.
I know, me either.
I don't know. I have not always liked him, and I don't know that I like him now.
I mean, I think I have been reading, and he has done some good things for Florida.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure.
I'm afraid he's too establishment.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he's too establishment. I don't know. And
for that, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that's such a big position.
Yeah, it's a big position. But man, there was let's see, I think we had a video we watched. Maybe if we want to.
Oh yeah, we can.
Let me
find it.
Let me see where we are. If my settings are right, so we can show this like we should, like we want to. Yeah, let's this one's 6 minutes. This is a good video here.
Cover what a Trump presidency is going to look like in 2025. Take a look at this. We have a tweet here from the New York Times. This just in. Breaking news. Donald Trump is expected to name Senator Marco Rubio, a foreign policy hawk on China and Iran, as his Secretary of State. So Trump expecting to name Senator Marco Rubio there as his Secretary of State. Trump could still change his mind at the last minute, according to people familiar with the matter, but appeared to have settled on Rubio, whom he also considered when choosing his running mate this year. I'm reading from some copy in the New York Times, who first reported on this story. Rubio was elected to the Senate back in 2010 and has staked out a position as a foreign policy hawk, taking hard lines on China and Iran in particular. He initially found himself at odds with those Republicans who were more skeptical about interventions abroad, but he also echoed Trump more recently on issues like Russia's war against Ukraine, saying that the conflict has reached a stalemate and, quote, needs to be brought to a conclusion. So we are continuing, like I said, to bring all of these top headlines as we are looking at the Trump administration coming in 2025 and what that is going to look like, as we're seeing that more of these picks are coming out swiftly here. I do have some footage of Senator Marco Rubio that I'll put up on your screen at the moment as I continue to read some more from this reporting at the New York Times. The senator, a loyal surrogate for Mr. Trump during the campaign, even after being passed over as the vice presidential pick. A spokesman for Rubio declined to comment, and a spokesman for Trump did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Trump has made his choice for a number of other national security roles. He has selected Representative Michael Waltz, a Republican of Florida, to be his national security advisor, and Representative Elise Stefanik, Republican of New York, to be ambassador to the United Nations. I do want to bring up this tweet as well, as we are getting some reaction as to this potential pick from Trump, expected to be announced formally that Rubio will be the Secretary of State. Representative Carlos Jimenez saying this: congratulations to our very own Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who will be the highest serving Hispanic in American history. Let's go back to this live look at the White House at this moment as we continue to actually roll through some more tweets here. Rick Scott, who was just elected once again during this general election, saying, I'm thrilled for my friend, Florida colleague, and our next Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. He will restore American leadership around the world, especially in Latin America, as he represents the United States with dignity and courage. We'll wait to see if we get some more reactions from this. But in the meantime, we do just have the reporting from the New York Times first breaking this story that President-elect Donald Trump expecting to name Senator Marco Rubio.
So, yeah, they go on a little bit more, but that really don't talk much about this anymore. So I guess we'll just wait.
Yeah.
We'll just wait and see.
Don't really have a choice.
Yeah, don't count it written in stone until Trump posted on his Truth Social.
And I too, I just think about, I know people, like I said, people are being critical. I know that, people are saying, this isn't a way to clean the swamp. Of course, people are talking about, we really need to clean the swamp and no swamp creatures and all of that. And I agree. I just, part of me just wants to kind of wait and see what the strategies are that are at play and how that's going to develop as we get closer to January 20th and then on beyond that. So I'm sure that there are plans, even if we don't understand or know what they are at this point. We just kind of have to trust that.
Well, one good thing about all these appointments, they can be fired just as quickly as they were hired. So if they don't work out, Trump will get rid of them.
He did. That is true. He did it before.
He did some. It took a while, but I think this time he's got his agenda. He knows what he wants to do. He's going to have a lot of support. Yeah, he's got a lot of support. Hopefully he has the House and Senate behind him to push his agenda. So I think he's going to go hard on this one.
And that's a whole other thing, the Senate majority race that's going on. That is tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yeah, I think so.
So they're supposed to announce Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll know. Things can change, but we'll see.
Yeah, anything's possible at this point, right?
Yep, that's right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging in on this one. This one's a little longer than what we normally do, but there's a lot of information to cover. If you haven't seen it, if you've already seen it,
Yeah, or if you have shed some light on, we're kind of learning together. So if there's something that you know about any of these appointees
Yeah.
that is positive, negative, what have you, or if you're, indifferent, just drop us a comment. Let us know. We'd like to hear from you, and we appreciate you watching, of course, and supporting us. So,
Yep. Well, thank you. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, share our channel, help us grow. We enjoy doing this, and we plan to keep on doing it. So, thank you. Thank you for your support. And until next time, we'll see y'all.